It's working. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. All right, we'll get started here. So, look, this is at Ask Tom. Ask any question you want regarding real estate. I've been doing this 41 years, and this is it's kind of exciting time going into a downturn. It's going to be a big opportunity for a lot of people. I'm really thankful that most of the people that I know and all the people that are in my mentorship are in a safe place. In other words, they sold the properties they wanted to sell, and they're anticipating deals coming, which is definitely, an expectation. The interest rates are going up, and the values are going down because the cost of money is more expensive. Anyways, if you just got here, please hit that subscribe button. Sorry for the rough start here, but got a great group of people here, all serious investors, and we'll actually have some people on the phone here too, and we'll talk about some of the concerns. We can jump around the globe on YouTube or on Google Earth and LoopNet and some other things that I utilize. Zillow actually got some interesting. I can kind of show you guys what I'm doing on a couple of properties that I own right now. Ones that I'm selling, ones that I bought as little as a couple months ago that I'm putting back on the market. And it is possible to make money in a recession, even in the early stages. This is a time to be careful for sure, but we'll get into it in a minute. Thanks.
Stop and listen. Time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything. USA, go.
So I've got Mike on the phone, and Mike's actually in the mentorship, and actually just did a nice deal. He bought 3 houses at a very cheap price, and he sold 2 of them. Did you sell the third one yet, or what's the status on that, Mike?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on. So we sold the one, as you know, Tom. The other 2 were under contract, but the buyers backed out. They were new. They didn't have quite the experience to know what they were doing, to be honest with you. So, they backed out. And in fact, we canceled on them because they kept extending the purchase date, and we just said no. Either take these for cash or don't. So we're back on the market with 2 of them.
Oh.
But still, even so, we have a lot of buyers that have been looking into, and it's just a matter of time.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, it happens. That's right now we have the highest rate of cancellations in deals right now than we've ever had, just across the board everywhere. Last time I checked it was 16%, and then shortly after that it was 23%. And it's got to be higher than that now, because I'm hearing it from everybody. But also what I'm hearing, it's crickets on the listings that go up. I called on I was looking at a commercial piece the other day, and they wanted too much. The guy wanted $2 million, and this is something I wouldn't pay $600 for. But but that is a big deal. Things are falling out left and right, and you can utilize that. You can use that when you go to buy something. When you go, in fact, it kind of goes back to the leapfrogging, which those of you who don't know, I've got a book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. Been a bestseller on Amazon, Audible, Kindle. I urge you to check it out. There's a chapter in there, leapfrogging, and one of the things even when I go to, especially right now, I can tell you right now, the sellers are painfully aware of, just like Mike is right now, of people dropping out, insincere or inexperienced, or there's a lot of different reasons things drop out. A lot of times right now, a lot of wholesalers, they'll try to tie things up, and what they don't have is their source of financing, or the people that they would like to flip to, are very unavailable right now. I mean, they're all ears, but there's so many people that are scared and concerned, and they got money issues to deal with. It's just all across the board. I've been extremely cautious, and I've told everybody in the class for quite some time here is, man, if you got something you want to sell in the next year, sell it now, or in the next couple of years. Get rid of it now, because it's a real problem. We're all hungry for deals. That I get, and I did a little video earlier just talking about patience. With patience, it's very important to be patient. But you got to have your skill set in place and know value so you can jump and take advantage of stuff when it does happen. So Mike, I'm sorry to hear about your, the disappointing, somebody falling out. Nobody likes when a deal falls out. on rare occasions, is it a good thing? But so what are you doing to get rid of it? Are you using Facebook, or how are you getting rid of it?
Yeah, current dispo strategy is Facebook mostly. So we're listed on the MLS as well. It's kind of the universal, the inventory page, if you will, for where everyone goes to find properties. But we're still on the Facebook, and we're still on the Craigslist. We cast as wide of a net as possible, and we've gotten good leads, good people that are interested. But we're settling on price. So we've gotten some offers. We're just not happy with the offers I've gotten so far.
Sure.
And no venue is a bad venue when it comes to eyeballs.
Tell me, do you,
what I mean?
Yeah, maybe a silly thing, but do you have a for sale sign on your properties?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some people make the mistake.
Yeah, we got
not doing that. And a lot of times, even if it's for sale by owner, it's so important that you do, because there's just such a high likelihood of somebody that is in the market or that's in that neighborhood is a potential buyer. And a lot of people think, I'm going to give it to an agent right away. A lot of times, especially if I'm in the fix-up period, I'll throw a for sale by owner. I'll put agent co-op 3%, because I don't mind giving an agent 3% if he brings me a good buyer. But in general, it's just a way for me to alert people that I will sell this direct without an agent. And a lot of times they'll bring their agent in. They'll say, hey, I'm really interested in having my agent call you. I say, you don't really need to have your agent call me. And a lot of times they're married to them through an exclusive agreement. That does happen. But yeah, anybody watching, please call in, and you'll be in the queue as well. And but Mike here is he'll go over state lines and buy. And you actually made another deal though, right? Shortly after the three, you did something else.
Yeah, we went in Savannah, Georgia, bought a nice little single-family home for $40,000. It's been rented out it had a single tenant in place, and that was bringing $1,000 a month in rental income. The tenant actually pays weekly, which is kind of an interesting scenario. But they pay cash as well, by the way. So everyone on the call just very hush hush. They pay cash weekly, and so we were able to bring in a roommate for them that they were friends with, and so we've actually increased the rent to $1,600 a month.
Oh, nice.
On this property. And we did it. And day of close, we cashed out, refinanced $6,000. So we bought it for $40,000, refinanced for $60,000. Day of close, we put $20,000 of tax-free income in the not income, but tax-free money in the bank. Got the rent up. And now we have I have someone that I'm working with to give them an opportunity to invest. They're a prior Marine, and we're selling to them for $110,000. We expect that's going to take a while to close, because they're going to use their VA loan to do it.
Right.
But
yeah. You know what? I've seen that VA actually move pretty quickly. I used to always think, and I'll tell you something interesting about VA loans, by the way. If you happen to get somebody that has a VA loan, I think they've changed it since, but originally when they do VA loans and FHA loans a long time ago, depending on how old the loan is, most of those are expired by now, but they used to be automatically assumable. You could assume them. There was no alienation clause, no due on sale.
oh wow.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. In fact, one of the earliest deals, it was kind of nice. Probably one of the first 6 properties that I bought when I was, in my 20s, was a FHA property, FHA loan. And I remember I got to assume the $34,000 loan, or maybe it was $30,000, but it was nice. I put $4,000 down. I assumed the 30. Normally, I would have had it at that time. I would have needed a partner, because I just didn't have. I was like 21. I didn't really have any credit, and I didn't have any high resources of money. had a business and I had some real estate too. But I was like, oh, wait a minute, I can buy this thing without a partner. And so I didn't have to call my regular partner that I would call up for money resource and close that deal. And I banged in an illegal, like I turned into kind of a illegal, whatever, a mother-in-law quarters, or I kind of made it a separate unit. I don't want to call it illegal, but maybe not the code, let's say. And but I almost doubled the rents, and I sold it for I made $20,000 or something, which was a lot back in like 1983 or 82. It was a nice chunk, and I was in a meeting, not a meeting. Let's say a meeting. This is kind of funny. So there's a thing called Clubhouse, right? And it's a group where you can go in, and it's like open phone calls. Like, in other words, everybody's in a phone conversation. You can start it, and then you can have a couple of speakers in there. Then other people come in, and people can listen, and they can raise their hand if they want to talk, and they can let you talk or not. Or, if people recognize you as somebody that might have something to say, they'll let you in. Or they'll ask you to speak. And so I had a situation like that the other night, and I had a real nice conversation with a gal named Cindy Stumpo, really impressive gal, out of Newton, Maine or something, I don't know. But anyways, she builds $5-10 million homes, and been doing it for a long time. And you don't see a lot of women in that position, and she's really kick-ass and smart and sharp. It was fun talking to her. But there's other conversations that go on in there that are bizarre. In that, I don't mean in her group. I'm talking about on there. But it is interesting, and it's almost like a cultural experience. If you get into some things, you'll just it'll open up your eyes in ways that you just can't even imagine. But anyways, on the in fact, I'm thinking about opening up a clubhouse, doing a club. I actually have one. You can go in, and by the way, you can go to Clubhouse. And you can find Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate or FlipAnythingUSA, one or the other. I can't remember what I called the group. It's kind of like, it's not invitation only. You can ask to get in, but if you want to, feel free to get anybody that's out there. And because I do enjoy the venue, I like being able to talk on the phone like that, and it makes it easy, more convenient than sitting here in a studio doing it. So, look, anybody else out there wants to call in, feel free. Not that I'm having any problem with you, Mike, but I just want to make sure people are reminded that they can. I guess I should put the phone number up. That would be helpful. We got, let's see, Brian saying, yep, he's hungry for some deals. Chris says he's looking forward to some. Those of you in the chat, let's see what else.
Just for what it's worth, if anyone has any questions around how I found these deals or what I believe strongly in terms of strong assets for the next couple of years, I'm always happy to talk about those as well. So don't want to steal your thunder, but just in case anyone wants to unpack more about the deal structure or the things that I'm looking for specifically, happy to talk to anybody who's curious about that.
Okay, yeah, I don't know that we can have a person in the conversation here at the same time. Hey, tell you what, and I'm experimenting with this phone. If you can't tell, I'm gonna put you back in the queue for a second, Mike. Pull somebody out, and then we'll just see what happens. Okay, is that you good with that?
Okay.
All right. One moment. Thank you.
What?
And I'm learning this system. Here we go. Let's see who else is in here. Hey, this is Tom. Are you on?
Hey, it's Rich.
Oh, hey, Rich. Oh, Rich, yeah. Great. Yeah, Rich is also actually in the class. So, Rich, congrats. You got your deal closed. That's fantastic.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, Rich here is actually really, he's been in the mentorship for about a year. And he's made everyone proud. He's really been a big inspiration to other people. What are you, 34 years old? Something like that?
Yeah, 36.
36.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, so in 36 and in less than a year's time, he's already flipped 2 properties, made approximately $1 million, give or take $100,000, something like that. and he's rolled that into in imperfect timing too, which is really great. Rich, he got on a mission and he did it, but he located an industrial building and a commercial building. He bought them both for 2.3 million. Rolled his million, roughly, he'd made into the purchase of those two items. And as we're doing the math on there, now you've got two. I mean, you've got some nice income coming in with $1 million equity. Actually, more than $1 million equity because he bought the properties under market. Hey, if you don't mind, we'll jump over and maybe take a peek. I don't have to share the address, but if we could take a peek at one, you want to look at that just to show?
Sure, yeah. Are you, the one address is 7419 Callahan.
Well, I guess we did just tell the address. Sorry.
So I don't mind.
I know, you own it now. I always try to tell everybody to everybody be cryptic anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And but
I got personal and property insurance on it, so I'm all good.
Yeah.
Trying to save myself.
Was that 7914 Callahan?
7419.
Got it. And that's just 2 L's or one?
Yeah, 2 L's.
Callahan Drive, Callahan, and that's San Antonio.
Yep.
Okay, I got off a digit. 7419 Callahan.
Oh, there's a 1. It's 7419.
Yeah, I got it now. So this is really cool. And so, what's neat is Rich is starting to accumulate the kind of properties that I've been accumulating. And it's kind of what you graduate to. But he's really flown in there and graduated pretty early into commercial industrial properties from land and residential. He did one residential deal that I'm aware of. But so this is really cool. I've got it on the screen if you don't see it. But this is a nice little commercial retail strip center, we call these, and he's already repaved this thing. And when you repave a parking lot, it's just like framing a picture. It looks beautiful. And he's got some tenants in here that have been there for quite a while, right? Some are pretty long term.
Yeah, some of them been there for over 10 years.
Yeah, and look at that building he's got behind him. He's in a great spot. He's next to a gas station, which is actually he's already got all these trees cut out of the ditch. But when people when people pull into a gas station, thousands of people pull into a gas station a day, and look at when they go to the gas pump, they're staring right at his building. They're going to know. They know that this business is here. That's the thing. That's the beauty of a location. That's why they always hear location, location, location. Well, commercial property, it's quite important because, when people need something, if they know there's a florist there, they know by driving by, oh, I need flowers. Oh, I need, whatever, a real estate agent. Whatever they go, if they've been driving by it for years, but then the need comes up and they know where you're at. And, so that is done. What else, what other improvements did you do? You were talking about painting or redoing these awnings, right?
I'm going to. Right now, I just did that. I'm installing some Nest cameras. That was something that I saw you did on your properties that I really like. So all the tenants all have their own internet service. So I'm just going to hook up the little cameras that have the out exterior light fixtures so that they can keep an eye on the property. And just because there's some homeless people in that area, so it'll help them feel better because it's every business there is a woman-owned business. So they said that was their only concern, is just trying to get rid of the homelessness. So I was like, well, let me install these cameras for you, and you can look at it on your phone, and there's a login that it will record all the history. So if you have a problem, you just call the police. So they really like that feature.
Yeah, it's definitely a concern. Not even just for women; it's for anybody to get mugged. But I've had schools and stuff that I get real well lit. I can't remember what the name was. It was kind of an Indian, for lack of a better description, tap dance school. They stomped the hell out of their feet in this thing, and a really great tenant. I loved her. She was so wonderful. I sold the building. She's actually still in the building. But you know, just made sure it was absolutely lit up, so parents and kids and everybody that come in, and it was a little bit of an industrial neighborhood, but it was clean and neat. It was actually too far away. You know, the bums like retail areas, the junkies and the homeless, and I mix it up because that's kind of what we have is a lot of junkies and people that are strung out on drugs, they're just. Unfortunately, people don't realize that there's a lot of federal money involved that are incentives for cities to keep the bums in the street, and it's not for the bums. It's because there's a lot of money attached to them, but that's how it rolls. But so good for you for doing that. And also, I think I was more recommending the Ring camera, not the Nest, only because I've had such good luck with them, to be quite honest. The Ring cameras, one of the features they have, and I should have a link to these things, as many people as I've referred to them, but if you get the ones that are like the spotlight cams, they have a feature that'll talk to you automatically. So in other words, somebody says, you're being recorded, or you're on video. And it's just good to let people know they're on video. I'll tell you, this is interesting. We'll have to talk about this. I've got another student I was just talking to earlier today, Russ, and he just got a killer deal. He bought about $1.4 million property for like $350,000. And so he's very excited, and it's a wonderful thing. But I was saying, get some cameras on that place, get some cameras. Well, he got some cameras on there, and it wouldn't have mattered he got what I got, or I told him to get or not, but he found some cameras that were kind of cool, that were battery operated, that tied to the internet, and he put 2 cameras up, and almost immediately, like the day after he put them up, he's got a video of some bum coming over with a 2x4, climbing the fence, beating the 2 cameras off the front of the building, and then the guy throwing them over because they're battery operated. He didn't destroy the cameras. He thought he was stealing cameras. Throws the cameras over the fence, and then he takes those on his bicycle, and Russ has got a video of the whole thing because the guy, all the way to the guy taking him home. So how odd is that, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I know. In fact, Russ, if you're watching, you got to share that. We'll have to. If you can, it'd be fun to put that.
Yeah,
on.
I see him in the chat. He said there was 20 feet in the air. He says.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. That is so. You would think that is so well protected to be so far up. Huh. I don't see the. I'm not even seeing the chat. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Gosh, I gotta eliminate somebody out of here. Anyways, 20 feet in the air. Had a siren on it too. Flashing lights. None of it helped. Is it that remote where it's at? Because your property looked pretty good, Russ. It looked like it was right on the. It looked like it was next to a lot of other commercial properties where there wouldn't be much of a comfort level. Somebody else would call the cops if nothing else. Just curious. So what else? Can we jump over and take a look at your other industrial property? Rich? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you want to give me the address.
That's 7815 Fortune Drive.
7815 Fortune Drive. That's a good omen. A name, right? So check this out. Rich has already got two prime properties by converting the asset of 2 pieces of land that he made a really nice little mint on. And so now he's got these 2 buildings that you see behind me, and you can see they're the same builder built these at the same time, it would appear. They've got a shared wall. one had a roof. Obviously, the roof looks a little different. Are you allowed to sell these separate? Do you have two separate deeds? Or, no, or do you have one of the two buildings? Is that correct?
So it's that building and the other building to the right. That's the one that has that has like a driveway in between. So it's the 7815 and 7819. So not the metal roof, but the two to the right. So he has the 7815. Then you have that little driveway in between them, in the building to the right of that one.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
So those two.
Yeah, you can tell whoever built these was basically working with, I think, somewhat of probably the same builder. But, he just put a little bit different facade on each one. Each one he made kind of a duplex, with just a slightly different look. This one did a little angle here, how he did it, and a little roof mansard here, and everyone's got a little different thing to it. But, yeah, that's great. And you already got existing tenants that have been there. He's going to have an opportunity to raise the rents. They're a little bit under market. And anything else you want to add to that? Are you there, Rich? Yeah.
I had the seller put in a brand new roof, so it has a 20-year warranty PPO roof system. So that's really great.
Yeah, that's awesome. As we talked about that, I forgot. Is that on both roofs or just the one on the left?
It's on both roofs.
On both roofs. Wow. Yeah. And I remember you said you had one thing you'd mentioned to me. Did that end up getting taken care of with a under warranty? I got to get out of here pretty soon.
Yeah, they're both under warranty. So there's a little lag with the phone system.
Cool. Well, time is.
So yeah, they're both under warranty, and then you get to use their specific contractors if there's any issue with them.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that was a killer deal. He nailed two properties under market, and he got a couple $100,000, maybe $100,000 worth of roof thrown in the mix. Doesn't have to worry about a roof for quite a while. Hey, I am going to have to go here pretty quickly. I apologize to everyone for being a little bit abrupt. I'm going to roll over to this other call real quick that's been waiting, and then I'm going to close it out. But Rich, I appreciate you calling in, and Russ and Mike, I appreciate you guys calling in. Let me jump over here to this 503 area code person calling in. That's okay. I apologize. I have a dinner engagement.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Bye. Oh, I see. All right. Well, hey, guys, I apologize. I have got a dinner engagement. Time kind of flew by here on me, and so I got to get on the road. But thanks, everyone, for hanging out, and we'll get this phone system.
Yeah, reach Russ. Please leave me your name and number for a quicker response.
Oh, and obviously, I've got some audiovisual troubles here I got to take care of. Anyways, but for those of you first time here, it's not usually this rough, but my book is Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. You can go to FlipAnythingUSA.com. Urge you to do that. Real quickly, I'll take you over here. One of the things you can see, I don't spend all my time on marketing. I try to find people that can be successful, and those are the people I mentor. You can go to FlipAnythingUSA.com, fill out the mentorship survey, and you'll be locked in for a discount that I'm going to be offering until at least January. There are going to be some changes, but if you go in here, you can take a look at the testimonials. These are guys and gals that have made anywhere from tens of thousands to a few $1 million, and that's just within a couple of years of being within the mentorship. It's just a fantastic group of people, and urge you to check it out. And that's where I'm going to leave it for now, and we'll see you guys maybe tomorrow.
It's the best thing I ever did.